Good evening, everyone. My name is Elizabeth, the Education Coordinator for Marlene's Market and Deli. Tonight's special guest that we have with us is Lisa Shook. She is a certified 5-path hypnotherapist and 7-path self-hypnosis teacher. She's the owner of Hypnosis at Kinetic Healing Connection in Auburn, helping people around the world with hypnosis. And she is the founder of StressLess Prosperity Masterminds Coaching Program. Thank you so much, Lisa, for being here with us.
Thank you for having me, Elizabeth. Thank you for that wonderful introduction. And thank you, everyone who is with us here today. I'm very excited since it is 2023. And I just want to ask you to raise your hand if you've ever made a New Year's resolution. Right, pretty much everyone, right? Well, what prompted me to offer this workshop is that I have found through the work that I do, working with people doing hypnosis and changing habits, is that New Year's resolutions aren't always effective and they don't usually work, right? How many people have set the same New Year's resolution year after year after year, only to find disappointment, guilt, start feeling ashamed of themselves. Why can't I just do this? I know what I need to do. I've set these goals. All these kind of things, but yet to still find that the New Year's resolution gets dropped away because it just doesn't seem to work out. And even studies show us that by February, over 85% of people have just forgotten about that New Year's resolution, moving on, life gets busy, they didn't achieve their goals. And that's why I created this workshop, because we're going to take a different approach. I'm going to share with you what I've used in the past that has worked for me and that works for many of my clients whenever we're trying to make a change, a positive change, or to reach a goal. So welcome. And I really want you to congratulate yourself by showing up here tonight. So it's important, right, to show up for yourself. And it tells your brain that, you are committed to this. You show yourself, yeah, I really want to do this. So I want you to have a pen, have a paper, because this workshop is going to be interactive. I'm going to give you some time at different points throughout the workshop to take some notes. And then Elizabeth, our beautiful host, has put in the chat box 3 different forms that you can keep to use and make notes about this presentation here today. Okay? So why I created this workshop was so that you can find some different ways to think about goals and making positive changes in your life. And some of the tips I give you will be related to doing self-hypnosis. I'm even going to give you information here on these worksheets, how to do self-hypnosis. And you'll have all my contact information so that even after this workshop, you have some tools to take with you and you have my contact information if you need help. So welcome. And I really want you to have some fun while we're doing this. And I want to create, I like to call this a safe container where people can ask questions. So you can post questions in the chat. And I want to be respectful of others so that people do feel comfortable enough to ask any questions. And when we engage and you ask questions, it helps me to know better how to help you or to be able to serve you. So yeah, I'm going to share a couple different quotes that I like that helps us understand really why trying to just make these changes on a conscious level or with willpower alone doesn't always work. And one of the quotes I like is that what we resist, sorry, what we resist persists. So let's say you have a New Year's resolution just to stop drinking. Okay. You're really focused on not drinking, right? You're resisting the drinking alcohol. I'm talking about alcohol. So you resist drinking alcohol, right? Well, if what we resist persists, then it becomes even harder with our willpower alone to not want to drink or to not think about it, right? And also, what we focus on grows. So if the focus is not drinking alcohol, our brain is naturally going to think about drinking alcohol. If you write a note to yourself, I'm not going to drink alcohol today, your brain doesn't hear not, your brain hears alcohol. So it naturally and automatically will focus on that thing, the thing that you don't want. So I don't want you to beat yourself up because we all live at the conscious level of our mind, right? Conscious mind is very limited. It can only hold about 6 or 7 bits of information at any time. And that's why multitasking doesn't work either. Studies show us we think we're multitasking, but we are not really getting more done at all. Yeah, so give yourself a break. We're human beings, bound to make mistakes. Nothing is perfect, but as you move forward, as we go through this workshop, I think you'll find some little bits of wisdom, maybe some insights that you can gain into what might work best for you in creating positive change in your life, but without thinking about it in the way you might have learned as making a New Year's resolution. So I know I read something that Tony Robbins said, and when you're thinking about a goal or a positive behavior that you want to make, or a behavior you want to change, if you imagine that you didn't have to wait for that change to happen and you could start fulfilling that change right now, you'd be able to start thinking about what you would do, first, second, third, and fourth, and all of that. And so one of the things we're going to do today is look at making one change. And I'm going to go over some things about how our brain works so that you have some understanding and you get more control in making these positive changes. So I talked a little bit about the conscious mind, right? It's very limited. Our conscious mind is very logical and analytical, but it's real limited. When we do hypnosis, we can access the subconscious part of our mind. And that's the part of our mind where all our memories, habits, and beliefs reside. Conscious mind has recorded, or subconscious mind has recorded everything from being in the womb to who you are today. So that part of your mind holds that memory that you can't really consciously always remember, something that's happened when you were 3 years old or something from the past. But then we also have the unconscious part of our mind, and that's the body's autonomic nervous system. And I just want you to be aware that there is a protective function at every level of your mind, at the unconscious level, the subconscious level, and the conscious level. It's called the critical factor, and it's there, and your brain is always going to protect you. So I do want to share my screen and show you a little bit of information about hypnosis. This is, give me a thumbs up if you can see my screen here. Good, good. So these are 11 truths about hypnosis I'd like to share with you. And there's an old myth. It used to be thought that not everyone could be hypnotized. But what we now know after decades of practice and science and results that everyone of normal intelligence can be hypnotized. So anyone who's able and willing to follow instructions can be hypnotized. You can't be hypnotized against your will because hypnosis is a consensual state. And it really works best when you're wanting to make a positive change. So this is really good for to learn this time of year if you've never heard anything about hypnosis or self-hypnosis. And really, we're being hypnotized all the time. If you One example I like to share is that if you've ever been driving down the road, and all of a sudden you arrive at your destination and you think, oh, wow, I don't even remember my drive here. How did that happen? I'm already here. Has that happened to anyone of you? Right? And we call that highway hypnosis. It happens because your conscious mind is focused on something other than driving. Maybe you're thinking about your to-do list, your problems, all those changes you want to make. Well, unconscious mind takes over driving because you've done that many times. It knows how to do that. But your conscious mind, you're focused on something other than driving. And so this example helps me to define hypnosis as a state of heightened focused awareness. So I hope that kind of helps you make sense of it. But, another example of the state of hypnosis is when you're waking up in the morning or going to sleep at night, your brain is in a different brainwave state. When you're waking up, you're coming up the brainwave scale, going to sleep, going down the brainwave scale. So it's a naturally occurring state of mind. And it's very powerful. It can help you be your best self. So if you practice self-hypnosis and use the tools I'm going to give you here today, it can help you do many positive things. It can help you increase your focus, have a more positive mindset, give you the ability to relax. And relaxing these days is very important, right? We're living in some kind of turbulent, stressful times where things are changing rapidly and a lot of things are unknown to us. Um, no matter where you are around the globe, it's happening. And I find that 99% of the clients who come to me are experiencing a heightened state of anxiety. So learning to relax and teaching your brain how to relax is really important, because when you relax, you can make positive, healthy decisions and choices from that better state of mind, right? So one thing, hypnosis is not sleep. And although I'm talking about relaxing, hypnosis isn't relaxation, because when we do hypnosis, sometimes we'll be engaged in talking and communicating. You might even be energized, but sometimes you might feel very relaxed. It is different for everyone. Some people feel absolutely nothing at all. Sometimes emotions come up. So, although focusing on relaxation is very good, it isn't, the definition is not relaxation. And here we go, the eighth truth. Hypnosis is a state of mind, not a feeling. So I kind of already went over that a bit. Everyone's experience is different. So whatever you feel in hypnosis is right for you. And number 7, hypnosis works really fast. Just as quickly as your brain could learn a fear or a phobia, the brain is lightning fast. So it can change using neuroplasticity. And hypnosis is a great way to help your brain change, make some changes. And it works for almost any issue you can think of, increasing confidence, motivation, reducing anxiety, reducing the sensation of pain. So many, many issues. And hypnosis works below the level of the conscious thinking. Like I mentioned earlier, it works at the subconscious level of your mind, and that can help you gain insights. You know, really, and one of my colleagues brought up this point as well. When I say, when I'm talking to people and they ask me, what can you help me with? Or can you help me with this? I might say, yes, I can help you XYZ. I can help you gain more confidence. I can help you reduce that stress. But it's not really me that's doing it. It's really you yourself who is doing it because you are always in control. I can be like more of a guide, asking the right questions, leading you to the right direction, helping you uncover more of who you are and being able to see things from a different perspective. But it's really you doing the work. And you're always in control. You could reject any suggestion in hypnosis or accept any suggestion that you want to accept. You'll be conscious and alert the whole entire time in hypnosis. Um, like I mentioned, you could reject or accept any suggestion. Um, and it is a normal, naturally occurring state of mind. If you see people sometimes scrolling through social media or really focused on the TV show, they could be in a different brainwave state, like the state of hypnosis, where if your child was playing video games and really focused on their video game, you might yell, hey, time for dinner. And they just don't hear you. They're like zoned in. It's kind of an example of the state of hypnosis. And the one thing I really love to share is that hypnosis works even when everything else has failed. So, regardless if you have tried to make these positive changes before, if you've never tried hypnosis or self hypnosis, I have found that it works even when everything else has failed. So, there's hope, right? um, I'm going to go over here to the first page of the worksheet I want to share with you. I don't know, were you guys able to download page 1, the solution to New Year's resolutions? Let me see if I can pull that up on my screen and share it. Well, most of it I already talked about with the 11 truths about hypnosis, but we're going to use self-hypnosis today to think about the one change you want to make.
Oh, hey Lisa, we have a quick question in the chat box.
Oh, we do?
Yeah, how many of those, oh, many of those things sound like meditation. What is the difference?
Good question. Very good. Oh, I can't see that question.
Oh, I think it was directly to me.
Okay.
There we
So
go.
thank you for asking. There is a difference. So meditation, meditation is more focused on the silence, the nothingness, the whatever, allowing whatever thoughts to pass by without judgment. And it's not the same state of mind. Hypnosis is that theta brainwave state or the different brainwave state. It's different than meditation. And it does work differently than meditation, although they are very similar. So sometimes people are listening to recordings, meditation recordings, right? And they may have positive suggestions or be very relaxing. But when we do hypnosis, there's really more of an intention to make a change, right? And you are going into, especially when you're working with a professional, you're able to actually get into that different brainwave state. So in that state, when you do hypnosis, that's when you can uncover what is stopping you from achieving your goal or what's blocking you. It's typically something from, a past belief, a limiting belief, something that happened that in hypnosis you can make more sense of. So I hope that that helps after discussing what hypnosis is and the difference. Meditation is more of just finding a certain level of quietness, I would say. I'm not an expert on meditation, but I do meditate, and I do know it's different when I am meditating. I'm not trying to change anything in meditation. So, another side note about that, when you're doing hypnosis and you gain those positive insights, awareness, realizations, um, what happens in your brain is that your brain is firing off the neurons, right? It happens when you learn something. Those neurons are firing off in a different way in your brain, making new neural pathways. When you create those new neural pathways, that's where those positive changes start to happen because you've learned something. So it's helpful even to take a class or read a book if you want to improve your memory. Learning new things can help you do that because it's having your brain create those new neural pathways for success. So, and awareness, what does awareness do, right? Why is it important to have awareness? Awareness creates choice, right? If you become aware of something internally for yourself, that helps you to know, hey, there's a choice. I now know this. I have this awareness, which is kind of like insights. Insights are small bits of wisdom. Once you have that wisdom, you cannot lose it. It's there forever for you. So that gives you uh, more opportunity to be able to make a different decision. It gives you a choice. Yeah. So as we move forward, I want you to start thinking about the one change that you want to make, whatever the change is. Because on the page 2 of the worksheet, that is where, let me see if I can pull it up and share my screen here. Bear with me. Oops. I'm going to share the screen. So if anybody else is watching, they can look at this. So if you have page 2 asks you to list the one change you want to make. And then below it, it's asking you to list 3 benefits of that change. And my computer is being super slow, so I am pulling this up now so I can share it with you. Here we go. There we go. And okay, good. You can see it. Okay, whoops. There we go. Nope. Okay, that's page 2. I'm looking at the wrong page. Sorry. Okay, I had this printed out for myself and it did not print out from my printer in the same way it showed up for you. Okay, so I hope that you would like to experience how your brain works. So we're going to do this little exercise. And before we follow these instructions on the worksheet, I'm going to change the worksheet because I want to back up to the other page that shows you the one change, making the one change and the benefits of that change. So I'm going to stop the share. So for just a moment, you could put your pen down and your paper And I'd like you to think about, pick a color that represents peace and tranquility for you, whatever color that is. And imagine, if you can, taking a nice deep inhale and breathing in the color of peace and tranquility. So imagine as you inhale, that color of peace and tranquility fills your body, and then you're going to choose a different color and exhale out the color of any stress or anxiety. And do a couple rounds of that breathing. Take a couple deep belly breaths, breathing in peace and tranquility, and exhaling out any stress or anxiety, and begin to relax. And here in your imagination, where all things are possible, I'm going to share with you how your brain works. So in your imagination, as you relax more deeply, imagine yourself now walking into your kitchen. Your kitchen is beautifully clean, sparkling, shiny clean, so clean. It smells good, smells so fresh, so clean. The counters are clean, dishes are put away, and you notice now you walk over to your refrigerator, and in your refrigerator, it's so clean. You pull out a lemon, a fresh lemon. Yes, it's a fresh lemon. As you look at the lemon and you hold it, you feel the texture of the lemon. You take the lemon and you pull out your cutting board and a nice sharp knife. You put the lemon on the cutting board, and as you prepare to slice that lemon now, you slice it, the juices squirt out, and you can smell that lemony fresh scent. Ah, and now you cut a smaller slice of that lemon, and then you decide to take a bite of that lemon. Go ahead and do that now. Yes, what do you notice as you bite into that lemon? You can taste it, can't you? Yes, and you can open your eyes. Good. So that's just a little example of how your brain can work. And so when you're thinking about that one positive change that you want to make, and you write it down on that worksheet, below the one change you want to make, I want you to list the 3 benefits of that change. How would it feel having that change already been made? How would you feel about yourself? How is it going to affect your life? Will it affect relationships in your family, with your partner, a spouse? Will it affect your children or people you work with? So as you're writing those benefits down, 3 benefits of making that change, I want you to think about how it feels. That change has already been done. You did it. And the impact that it has on your life, making that one change. Especially how you feel about yourself, having that change been made. Do you gain confidence? Do you feel calm? Do you feel smarter, stronger? Does it allow you to be in a new position in your career. Maybe you've moved to a new place. So I want you to really think about that, because in just a moment, we're going to do what I call reverse engineering when it comes to um, making a change, or instead of a New Year's resolution, when you do self hypnosis to make one change, as you practice it using self hypnosis, making that one change and imagining it have already been done, you can kind of go backwards. So, what I mean is, like, when you think about um, making a positive change, or thinking about the future, right? From the place you're in right now. So, right now, what does next year look like? Oh, I quit drinking. Oh, I quit smoking. Oh, I've lost 20 pounds. Well, when we do this self hypnosis example, I want you to reverse it. When we do this, you're going to be in a place in your imagination where it's already done. You're accomplished, and you'll be able to look back at yourself now from that place, going, wow, I did it. Look at all that I did to become who I am now. Wow, I set up a really healthy morning routine. I had a really healthy nighttime routine. I did self hypnosis. Maybe you had to eliminate a whole bunch of things in your life, the distractions. You stopped watching 2 or 3 hours of TV every day. Maybe you stopped engaging in negative talk about problems. And I'm not saying that it's not okay to talk about problems. Um, I believe, this is just my personal observation, is that when we talk about problems, I know that what we focus on grows. So I try to think about, when I have a problem or I want to talk to somebody about it, I'll more likely choose to talk to someone who can help me solve the problem, versus just talking about it to vent. Or and there's a place and time for that too. But I'm just saying, for the majority of making positive changes and how you handle problems, is if you go to a person who can help you solve that problem. So if your relationship needs help, it's probably not so beneficial to talk to someone else over and over and over and over, day by day by day. Oh, he did this. Oh, she did that. Oh my gosh, and keep that energy going. It'd be more helpful and beneficial to maybe talk to a counselor or a relationship coach or something like that. So, yes.
Sorry to interrupt you, Lisa. We do have a question.
Okay. And I can't hear you very well.
Oh, can you hear me better now?
Thank you.
Okay, perfect. I might have been really quiet. Um, can a person resist change subconsciously? That's a good question.
It is a good question. Yes. You are always in control in hypnosis. So you can resist, and that can happen sometimes. But the wonderful thing about hypnosis is we can find out why there's that resistance and make sense of it. But yes, and that's an excellent question. I'm glad you asked that. The protective function. Hi, Asher. There's a protective function at, at every level of your mind called the critical factor. So yeah, if you're doing hypnosis with a professional like myself, If there was something I said that I suggested that you didn't like or you didn't believe, like, you're going to be a millionaire in a year, if you absolutely didn't believe that, your mind would reject it. Yeah, you'd resist it. You'd be like, that's crazy. That can't happen for me. Now, for somebody else, it might be possible, but, most of the time, that probably wouldn't be something that someone would believe automatically. There'd have to be something in place to make that believable. So the good thing, though, is in hypnosis, we can find out where the resistance is so that you can move through it. And that's a really, really good question. Thank you for asking. Yeah, so let me go back to my notes here. What I'm sharing with you is 2 different ways to do self-hypnosis. There's many different ways you can achieve self-hypnosis on your own, but I've given you a couple different ones. And my suggestion of using one way, bless you, Elizabeth, one of them in the morning and the other one in the evening. So if everyone has their one change that they want to make written down and the 3 benefits of that change, I'll go through the steps and we will just practice this together if that sounds good for everyone. If everyone's in a safe place where you can comfortably close your eyes and practice this, that's good. Anyone else who is just watching this, you must get yourself into a safe place where you can comfortably close your eyes and relax. I don't want you driving down the road or operating any machinery trying to do this. That would not be beneficial and would not make any positive change. So these are some steps from my Art of Self-Hypnosis class. And earlier, when I was mentioning how to relax, thinking of a color that represents peace and tranquility, then exhaling out a color that represents stress and anxiety. That's how I like to begin. So as you take in those breaths and exhale out those breaths, you open and close your eyes. That kind of gets your eyelids very tired. So you choose the color that represents peace and tranquility. You get yourself in the comfortable spot, and then find a spot on the wall or the ceiling where you can focus. Find the spot you want to focus on and count from 1 to 10. Taking in nice, deep, slow breaths. Breathing in the color of peace and tranquility. Opening and closing your eyes as you exhale out the color of stress. Focus on the wall and you can breathe in, blinking slowly. Exhaling out, counting 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, 9, 10. Good. Now continue breathing naturally, allowing yourself to go deeper, relaxed with your eyes closed. Relaxing more and more with each breath you exhale. And here in your imagination where all things are possible, unlimited possibilities and opportunities. Yes, your imagination. You think about that one positive change, that one thing, as if it's already been done. Maybe it's a year from now. Maybe it's 2024 now in your mind. Be there and really embody the positive change. Your life, your dream life come true. You live it now. Who's with you? How good it feels all around you. The qualities, the smells, the sight, how good you feel in your body. You're feeling so good. You did it. It's done. Yes, you are free, happy. And here in this place, you look back and you notice all the things that you did, the choices you made, those decisions, those healthy habits that you created for you that got you to this wonderful place of success, freedom, purpose, joy. You notice the things that you did to become who you are now. Those morning routines, the daytime routines, the nighttime routines. You might have had some help along the way, but you did it. You took action, and it's better than you imagined it could possibly be. Yes, the freedom, the joy, the confidence. You did this. You've achieved your goals. Take it all in, what it feels like. Maybe you notice what you're wearing, who's there with you. You may notice two friends or a family member coming up to congratulate you on making this change and achieving your goals. They give you a big hug and you feel so good. And here in this place, you put your hand on your heart, whatever hand. You connect with your heart and you feel so grateful having made this change. And looking back, you see it was so much easier than you ever imagined possible. Everything, every resource you needed was right there at the right time for you. Those resources are all around you, even now. It becomes so clear, so much easier. And whenever you're ready, simply count down from 10 to 1 silently to yourself. When you open your eyes, feeling refreshed and great in every way, with a new level of certainty that you are ready to make these positive changes. They are possible to you. Taking each day, one day at a time, one small step of success at a time. Very good, good. you gained any insights from that, take some notes now. Go ahead and take a moment to write some things down, any insights or awareness, what you noticed, maybe what you didn't notice. We never think about what we don't notice because we don't notice it. Sounds a little backwards, but it's a little brain hack. I'll give you another minute here to write down your notes. And then I'm going to have you write some more things down because we're not making New Year's resolutions. We're reverse engineering our goals and the positive changes that we want to make, right? So if you were to write down, and you don't have to write this part down yet, you can if you want to. If you took inventory of everything you did throughout your whole day, from getting up in the morning, noticing the time you wake up, to taking a shower, brushing your teeth, making a phone call, going to work. What do you do at work? How many times you check your email? How many times you check social media? How many times you answer your phone? How many times you call someone? Who do you call? How many times a day? To reading, to exercising, to socializing, posting on social media, whatever it is. If you took inventory of everything you did throughout the whole day, you wrote every single thing down, line by line, and then you rated on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the most joy and absolutely loving that thing or having to absolutely do that thing without question. You rate every single thing you do throughout your day on 1 to 10. 10 being, yes, you love it or you absolutely have to do it. 1 being, nope, I hate it. Don't want to do it ever again if I didn't have to. You'd rate all of those things that you do, right? And then you start eliminating everything that is under a 6 or below. And this is something that I don't know if you've ever heard of Kyle Cease. I read one of his books. I can't think of the name of it, but Kyle Cease used to be a comedian, and he did a seminar in Seattle a few years ago. And one of the things he had in the book was rating your daily activities. And what I found out by doing this exercise, rating those activities, is I eliminated everything that was, first off, under a 6 or below. And my goal was to be living at a 10. Like, in the book, he's like, you're probably thinking it's not possible to have a 10 kind of day or a 10 kind of life, but it is. It really is. And when you start eliminating those things that aren't really important, that aren't bringing you joy, that aren't beneficial to your life, holy cow, you get time. So much more time, because you stop being distracted from the purpose and the meaningful things in your life. And what I've noticed, like especially like in my StressLess Prosperity Mastermind coaching group, when I ask people, what do they want more of? Oh, I want more money. Why do you want more money? Because I'll have more time if I have more money, right? I want better health. Why? Why do you want better health? I'll have more time to spend with my loved ones. Really, what it comes down to is more time. This is a great exercise to do to give yourself more time, especially if you're in business, you're a busy mom, you have a busy life, or you're wanting to start a new project or a new business, you've got to have time. How do you make more time? That's a great way to do it. Give yourself some more time. I can't find time to work out. Yes, you can. Take a look at your everyday activity. What can you get rid of? What doesn't belong in your life? If your bedroom is closet is full of clothes that you never wear or they don't fit you, give them away. Sell some of them. Make a pile. This is donate. This is throw away. This is sell. Whatever. Just start with one thing to get rid of the clutter. If it's your kitchen that has too many things, maybe you have 3 sets of dishes and it's making it hard for you to put your things away and keep things organized. Get rid of them, right? Clear off that table, that drawer, that desk. Make your life more simple because it will give you more time. And that's, I think, really big. People want more time. And that time will give you better health, a clear mind, mental peace, emotional tranquility. Yeah. If that's helpful, let me know what you think. Post something in the chat box. Yes, The Illusion of Money by Kyle Cease. I love that. Yeah. Yes, thank you. That was a good one. Yeah. I had that book and I think I gave it to somebody. Did I give it to you? No? Oh. So, eliminating things. And I also like to think of it as deprogramming, because in this busy life, in this busy world, we are conditioned to think that we have to do this, we have to do that, we have to do it this way, or you fail, right? And it doesn't have to be like that. You are the only one in control of your life. You are the only one who can make changes, and you can only change yourself. Can't change anyone else. You can't change the things that are happening externally on your own, except by making a difference by changing you on the inside. So these are the things that I've learned and experienced that helped myself, my clients, and so I hope that this has been valuable for you. Yeah. Does anybody have any questions? I'd like you to, if you feel inspired to, I'm offering a 100-day challenge. I'm calling it my 100 days to with a question mark. And I'm doing it 100 days to 100K. So it's going to be really fun. We're starting on January 23rd, but it can be anything you want. What would you like to have or do or be in 100 days?